Hi everyone, it's Laura Renner again, checking in for our weekly Facebook Live from Freedom Makers Virtual Assistants. And this week I wanted to share with you, we were recently featured in a blog called CEO Blog Nation, and they listed 19 CEOs explaining what are the benefits of using a VA. And I've put a link in the comment section or the post to that blog, and I thought I would just share today what some of the other CEOs said about the benefits of using a VA. So the first person said it allows you to focus on revenue generating tasks, and then it lets the VA focus on their niche. So basically everyone focuses on their niche. You focus on yours and you let your VAs focus on theirs. Someone else mentioned that he basically listed all the things he uses a VA for: managing his inbox, tracking appointments, arranging travel, doing research. But primarily he says it saves money compared to having an employee. And basically you also use a VA to fill in the blanks on things where you're not an expert. So you hire the expert you need to fill in the blanks for where you're not an expert. And then we had someone mention, I think he uses overseas VAs because he mentioned that the work gets done overnight. And so it's nice, like the marketing team will put a request in before they go home for the day, and then it's ready for them when they arrive the next morning. So that's pretty nice. Someone else talked about how he was able to grow his business using a VA. He's a commercial realtor or commercial broker. And so at first, revenue was spotty and unpredictable. And so he didn't have the resources for a full-time employee. More importantly, he didn't have consistent work to have a full-time employee. And so he was able to use a VA as he needed until the revenue was more consistent and the work was more consistent. And then taking routine work off my plate, reducing costs because now you don't need physical space like you would if you had an employee. And he has VAs all over the world, so he's able to have a global footprint. What I talked about was that I like that I can outsource a specific task rather than a role. Like in my mind, when I think of having an employee, I think of you're hiring a person to fill a role. So then you really have to focus on the right person and making sure that that person is a fit all around. And because they're going to have multiple responsibilities, and in a small business, they're going to have multiple roles. And so it's really important to find that right person. It's harder than finding a life partner, I think. But when you use virtual assistants, you're not hiring necessarily a person for a role. You're hiring for specific tasks or a series of tasks. So then it's less important about who they are, and it's more important about what they can do. And then you're able to hire for that task, right? So, for example, if I need someone to do the books, and I need someone to do social media, and I need someone to do graphic design, and I need someone to coordinate my schedule, as using virtual assistants, that could be 5 different people, and they each have their own task that they're responsible for. But if I try to do one person and basically that be their role, that's a lot of different skills in one person. That's a lot of creativity and also details and analytics, which it's hard to find one person who can do both. So that's what I see as the benefit of using a VA, is you're hiring for tasks rather than roles. Other people said, it allows them to focus on the core operations of their business. The virtual assistants get things ready, so it tees up the work for her. I like that one, tees up. They're able to delegate repetitive work. They have the freedom to continue to establish and develop relationships with clients. They're able to offload tasks. VAs can improve the work product quality and expand the capabilities of the business, and because they're focusing on their niche or their expertise. One person mentioned that his business is currently his side hustle, and having a VA allows him to get more done. For example, if potential clients are calling while he's at his day job, he uses a virtual receptionist to handle those calls so that he's not having to try to do everything at night and run everything at night. And that was a big relief for him. Not having a full-time employee, and you're able to delegate so that you can focus on clients. Getting back to doing what you love. I liked that one. You save on the expense and paperwork of a full-time employee. I just want to add a caveat there that a lot of VAs are contractors, but if you're treating them like an employee, you're going to run into some risks there. So make sure you understand the difference between an employee and a contractor, and you treat your VA appropriately as a contractor. And this one was also one of my favorites. Having a VA allowed them to stop spinning ideas and get wheels in motion. Like, I know all of you have it. I have that, where you constantly have all these ideas of what you want to do for your business, and you're just so busy in the day-to-day management of your business that you never really get any ideas off the ground. And they were saying that having a VA allows them to do that. And the last one was, he said that having a VA gave him time to focus on strategy, more time with his family, and allowed him to be more organized. And so I thought that was nice too. So these are, a summary of what everyone who was featured said the benefit of using a VA is. You see the general theme. You get stuff off your plate. You have more time to focus on your niche within your business. You get to do more of what you love and less headache, basically. And it allows you to grow your business. So check out the link and read what everyone else had to say. A lot of them also included tasks that they have their VAs use if you're looking for ideas on what you can have a VA do. And just check it out and enjoy the benefits of using a VA. Okay, I hope you're doing well, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week, and have a good rest of your week. Thanks. Bye. Oh, and of course, as always, feel free to comment in the section below, in the comment section, about what you think the benefits of using a VA are, or how you've used one, and we'll keep the conversation going there. All right, until next time, take care.